Hey guys, JamesMCD Reviews here. I'm back with Anne or Gwendolyn, my girlfriend, and we're back with another TV log. And today we're going to be reviewing WandaVision episode 3, now in color. Wanda is pregnant, and things are just completely spiraling out of control, and the process is going a lot faster than her and Vision can keep up with, and she is kind of trying to keep it on the low so that like none of the neighbors figure out their secret. But eventually, Geraldine, who was introduced last time, comes in and helps out, and then she gives birth to two twins who will most likely end up being members of the Young Avengers later on. This episode was insane. Like, I guess this was the one where they were like, okay, we had our two fun, like, sitcom-y episodes last time. Now let's actually start, like, explaining shit and, like, hinting at what is going to come in the following episodes. And, I mean, they still have their, like, sitcomisms this time around. Like, this one is a very 70s Brady Bunch style. I love Vision's like 70s boy band hair. But this one felt like, especially towards the end, they were more focused on setting up for the rest of the season, as opposed to here's some shenanigans. And we'll get into all that stuff in just a second. But first off, babe, what did you think of the episode?
Oh my god. When we heard that she was pregnant in the last episode, I did not expect to see the kids the following episode. Emphasis on kids. 2 plural kids. But like, I don't know if that's because in the story they're twins, or if because trope, because television usually puts twins involved or whatever. I guess that's not the point. I love the episode. I love where the series is going so far. Oh my god, there's so many things we need to talk about, and I don't know if I don't want to put it all in words right here because I know you're gonna ask some other questions, but like, give me a second.
The first, like, obviously this is going to be spoiler filled, so like click off now if you haven't watched it. But the obvious one is they reference Quicksilver. I figured they might do. I mean, if they're bringing the X-Men in, and especially, you know, you couldn't give Wanda her own show and not call back to Quicksilver.
And
But
that's the first time they make a reference to the world outside of WandaVision.
Yeah, and that's also like the first time we've heard Quicksilver's name since Age of Ultron. But like now having them mention him in the show makes me wonder, like, are they going to find a way to bring him back? Was he actually ever dead? Are they bringing over the Fox version? Like, what's going to happen? I don't know.
She just pulls him from the Fox universe.
Not only is Quicksilver mentioned by name, but Geraldine mentions that he was killed by Ultron. So
and that's when Wanda's like, why do you know that?
Yeah,
and that begs the question, who is Geraldine? You seem to know about her. I don't mind spoilers, because
they did kind of, anyways. I guess it's not really a spoiler, because they did announce this at Comic-Con when they announced WandaVision, but Geraldine is actually Monica Rambeau, who was the daughter of, was it Maria Rambeau? She was in Captain Marvel. We saw a young version of her in Captain Marvel, and now we see the adult version show up in WandaVision.
Oh, I couldn't stay awake during that movie.
Honestly, I don't blame you. But yeah, and we also see Wanda points out she's wearing a necklace with a sword symbol. And for those that know the comics and know Secret Invasion, which is also coming up, or if you just paid attention to the ending of Spider-Man Far From Home, S.W.O.R.D is the new sort of like organization that Nick Fury starts after S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of goes under. And that, I'm guessing that means Geraldine or Monica is a S.W.O.R.D agent. And she was either sent in by those guys to sort of bring Wanda back to reality, or she got dragged into this by Wanda herself. We still don't know what the fuck is happening, but
it kind of sounds like that she was sent in, because the other characters in the show seem to know kind of what's going on as well.
Yeah.
You hear that with the Doctor. He's like, it's hard to escape the town. She's here because, and they can't finish it because, I don't know. It makes you wonder, is Wanda hiding this stuff from Vision? Because she doesn't blame Geraldine.
It seems like it. Like, she's laissez-faire about Geraldine, and she's also kind of like dismissive of the whole speedy pregnancy. So it's kind of, it's like even Vision knows, like, beyond like her powers going on the fritz, like even he knows that something is not right. So yeah, really, really good to finally be getting some like clues and like proper clues and explanations. Because I mean, like, the sitcom-y stuff is cool, and there were some funny moments in this episode. I love Vision basically just having to speed run learning about pregnancy. And I love the arguing about
a lot of things
names
in this episode.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Speed run diaper changing.
I love the arguing about the baby name. There's some funny stuff in there too, but like, I'm really glad that we're starting to get some explanations. What do you think about like what we've seen so far, and where do you think it's gonna go?
Well, first off, I was gonna say this earlier, but I'm glad we got both S.W.O.R.D and S.H.I.E.L.D.
And that's it, everybody.
Cheer up, sleepy Jean.
I'm very curious about how much the town actually knows, and whether or not, like, they also want to escape, or if Wanda is keeping them there. And then if Geraldine is with S.W.O.R.D, does that make her a good guy? Does that make her someone that, I don't know, because, like, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, Wanda didn't want her there for a reason. But what is that reason? Is it so she can keep this perfect reality? But at the same time, there's also weird stuff happening in said reality. Is there some other force happening to, like, mess with her powers and mess with what's going on?
I feel like it's, we touched on this a little bit last time. Like, we touched on how Wanda is clearly aware of something, and she's just kind of blissfully ignorant because she wants her perfect life. She doesn't want to go into a reality where Vision isn't there, and, you know, she's a threat to humanity and stuff like that.
Just in the next episode, Pietro walks into the door. Hey! Sorry.
That would honestly be amazing if
Vision's like
like, if so, that would be the best kept secret ever, if they got either Aaron Taylor Johnson or frickin' what was the Fox guy's name? Hold on, this is gonna bug me now, so I'm gonna look that up real quick.
The only other person I could think would be, like, Doctor Strange, because he's, like, the multiverse guy. And then maybe, like, anybody else that was in that, like, whole shenanigan thing with the portals.
I imagine that, like, they're right now, because I mean, you see at the end, like, this big sort of staticky wall opening up and all these government vehicles, like, crowding around Monica after she's been thrown out of Westview. So I'm imagining they're keeping surveillance on Wanda at the moment, just to see, like, to make sure nothing goes haywire. And eventually, when something inevitably does, they're going to call in the big guns and end up having to fix whatever she broke.
Do you think Geraldine told her anything before she was thrown out? Because it seems like they don't want to tell Wanda something either because of the sensitivity of the world.
I feel like it's one of those things where like the more they try to snap Wanda out of it, the more like unstable everything will get. So they're trying to like for their own protection, because like we also touched on this in the last episode. We were like, what if all these side characters are actually like real people that have been like either intentionally or accidentally dragged into this situation and just don't want to like die.
Another thing I want to bring up, in case you want to put it in the video,
Okay.
what happened there? There was something where like it showed something happened and then it clipped back to like.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I genuinely thought like the video itself like buffered, or you had done something, because we were doing like the
group watch
or whatever, and like when I saw that happen, I was like, it like sketched me out. I was like, what the hell happened?
I forget. Wasn't Vision saying something like
dokie literature shit?
Wasn't Vision saying something like how he was like kind of concerned for Wanda, and then like it just clicked back and he said something else?
Yeah, because like that happened in the last episode too, when the beekeeper showed up. Like, like they were talking, and then Wanda was like, "No," and then it just rewound to their previous conversation.
So it's like Wanda is like wanting a story to be a certain way.
Right.
Like, it's almost like she's making a picture perfect world for herself.
Exactly. It would, you know, what would be the most meta and amazing thing ever is if we got like, if in one of the episodes, and I'm not expecting them to do this, but if in one of the episodes like they break the fourth wall so hard that like they show like the camera crew and everything, and Wanda just flips out at them like, no, we're gonna do it my way and my way only. And if you don't like it, you can fuck off. And she just throws like the crew out of the like force field bubble or whatever.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I really love the hell out of this episode. This is hands down a 5 out of 5. And I cannot wait for the next one.
I'm excited for the next episode. I can't wait to see how it is. There's only 6 more episodes left.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. But yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay. That about does it, guys. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts on episode 3 of WandaVision were. What do you think is going to happen next? What are you excited to see in these upcoming episodes? Let me know all that stuff down in the comments. Me and Ann will be back next week for a review of episode 4. And in a couple of days, I've got a bucket list episode on Corpse Bride coming out, so stay tuned for that. Apart from that, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date on when I'm posting. Follow me on all my social media, subscribe to my main channel. All that stuff will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and see you later.
Cheer up, sleepy Jean.